Steve's, that was a seesawing affair and they probably had momentum for more of the contest.
Yeah, well, there's certainly the two halves, very contrasting. I think I thought we were really, really good second half and really poor first half. So I felt as though we were going to get the result at the end. I thought we were coming home really well, but there's a couple of things there. In and around our fundamentals, whether it was penalties or errors that really put some pressure on ourselves. But I was really proud of the group. I've got to say, we finished with no one fit on the bench, and it's our third game in 11 days. So we stayed at it till the end. We just unfortunately weren't good enough tonight.
Were all those errors down to the team? Do you think it's been a long, like 11 days?
No, I don't think so, Lara. I think we look. First half we were way off, and second half we were very good. That's us. That's our DNA. What we saw in the second half, and for the bulk of it, in any case. And so, no, that'd only be using an excuse.
Didn't help losing Jake inside.
Yeah.
How is it?
Well, it was Category 1, so obviously won't play against Panthers. But we lost Brownie tonight. We lost Bully tonight as well, and then Tommy Talau had to come off with some issues in and around his lower legs. So, I'm not sure how that will be. Hopefully a couple will be all right. But, Jake won't play. Yeah.
How serious were those other ones? What happened to
Well, Brownie's hurt his AC joint, and Bully had a knee clash, so he couldn't continue.
I thought Lehi was fantastic.
Yeah.
But is there any chance that Tom returns or Walker broken next week?
No, Croaks won't. Croaks actually had a clean out of his knee again during the week. So he'll be about a month. So, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate because obviously, Croaks is, he's a really valued member, so we missed him. So hopefully Josh Holloway may be back next week. I'm not sure. Corey Bedell will come back from suspension. So there's a couple there. But, we're a bit beaten up at the minute,
And Tommy, any chance?
Turbo, he's a chance. He's been running. He's done 2 runs. I think he's got another run on Saturday morning. So, he's a good chance, I think.
You need to have a team started the year in terms of attack, and that was coming together versus how you're playing now. What are the differences in noticing out there?
Well, we're scoring a lot less points, and as you guys have obviously seen, and we're feeling out there, just our skills a bit off at the moment. So, we're professional rugby league players, so when our skills down, we've got to get to work. Got to get to work and clean it up, but it's not from a lack of trying. That's obviously one thing that's not missing is our effort. So, just a bit of skill and detail. So we'll get to work on that next week on a longer turnaround.
Lara asked about the 3 games in 11 days that come back from Perth. Did that affect you guys in the first half? Because it seemed that second half, when you were down to 12, it's actually you started playing your best.
Isn't that a bizarre thing, isn't it, how footy works sometimes? So I guess that's the credit the boys deserve when it comes to that fight. We're not giving up. We're trying to, and we are in games right until the death. So there's a lot to be said about that. But we can't sit here and use it as an excuse the last 3 games. It's 2 of the 3 were there to be won, and we just didn't come up with the right plays at the end of the game. So we're just a little bit off at the moment, and there's a lot of things that you could point your finger at, but the reality is we're just not hitting the mark on a few things, and we'll take the opportunity to have a longer turnaround and get some work done next week.
How are you feeling physically with workload? I know 3 games for everyone in 11 days is tricky, but for you?
Look, our staff are top shelf when it comes to our planning. They know exactly what's coming and how to deal with it. So I feel like we've done it as best we possibly could. And I think everyone is looking forward to some time off based on the last 3 games in quick succession. But, I'm feeling okay apart from just being, obviously really disappointed in the last 3 weeks. But I think our coaching staff and high performance staff have done a fantastic job to put us in a position to go out there and give it our best.
Lara, I'll just pick up on what Chet said, and this is something I want to say, and I was going to say regardless of result tonight, but that's 5 games in 25 days. Like, the NRL's never been more demanding. And so, we talk about player welfare and well-being and so on, and I don't understand how, not only is 5 games in 25 days. If you narrow it down a bit more, it's 3 games in 11 days. And I see it's the same with other clubs. I see the Raiders, their schedule. There's a lot of Sharks schedule. But if I just look at us for a minute, like 3 games in 11 days, and then we lose 2 days in the air to Perth. It's a 5-hour trip each way. So there's another 2 days down. And so I don't understand it. I don't understand. The competition is demanding. And it's never been more demanding. Like we see the GPS. The GPS data is like through the roof this year. And so I've got to say, I just don't understand that. So I think it's something that needs to be looked at. It's certainly not an excuse for how we play, because I felt as though we competed really hard to the end, and you don't do that if you don't have energy. But it's something that needs to be looked at. Like I don't know how that comes about. Playing in Perth on Saturday, flying back Sunday, and then we turn around on a Thursday night. So we had 20 minutes on the field this entire week. So it's difficult, and I've seen other teams with it as well. So it's not just us, it's across the competition. It needs to be looked at. In the AFL, they don't have less than 6-day turnarounds. So their sport, they run a lot more, but they don't have the contact we have.
So does the club, whether yourself or the CEO, whatever, make representations to the the club? I mean, just so that this doesn't happen in the future.
No, well, that's what I'm saying now. But no one's going to listen to one coach or whoever. I think I'm just putting it out there that we talk about well-being and player welfare. And so this is something that needs to be looked at going forward. It's not going to change this year because the draw. We've got another 3 games in 11 days during the Origin period. 4 if you play an Origin. It's something that needs to be looked at. And it's not a wins. I'm just, like I said, I see with other clubs, so it's not just us. Like I see Canberra's schedule, I see Sharks' schedule, I see Newcastle, some of their scheduling going forward. Like it's across the board.
Cheers. Can I ask you, just as an aside, just on player welfare, but Galvin's scored a big one this week, and you know what it's like when your future's up in the air and it's dissected. This is a guy who's only a rookie and just starting his journey. Have you got any advice, or do you feel a little bit for him, just given what he's been through over the last sort of week or so?
Yeah, well, you always want to tread carefully with these sort of things because you're never going to be fully aware of the information. But I will just say I hope he's got good friends and family around him to support him, because these things aren't easy.
Steve, do you feel like you haven't made the most of the home ground advantage? I know you've had quite a few more games in this stretch. The one against Melbourne was particularly disappointing. This one much closer.
Well, I think we played here 5 games and we won 3 from 5, so it's not the worst record, Lara. And we give ourselves every opportunity. We would hit the lead with 8 to go or 10 to go or whatever, but unfortunately one of our players was a step offside. So Dragons are a good side too. So they knocked off the Storm a couple of weeks ago and played really well last week. So we knew we were in for a game. But I think going back to my point around how demanding and how close the competition is, it's on every week, and we just weren't good enough tonight. But I really liked the way that we kept fighting in the second half.
Just lastly, simply, obviously there's a big moment for this team. Can't really afford to have anyone else not available.
Yeah.
What did you think of that moment?
It was quite a bizarre one, wasn't it? Because I thought they said it was a high tackle from Seibold to start with, and then they've looked at it and then become a hip drop, I think, is what they ruled and why he was sitting.
I will just mention on that, I think he may have got concussed from the elbow and then might have lost his legs a bit. So I think it looks pretty accidental from what I saw out there. So hopefully...
But he was in the HIR,
so hopefully they can sort of see that element of it.